Good afternoon, traders. This is Tony D from the Easymarkets dealing room here in Sydney. Update for you today. We do have a fairly interesting setup now. Stocks have been under pressure for the last 2 weeks, the US stocks in particular. But you're seeing a nice little bounce here at the end of the US session. And this is on the back of Navarro, who's a Trump advisor, and noted hawk over there, China hawk, coming out and saying that we have no plans to stop investment from China in the US tech, because that was the big story over the weekend, and that the recent moves in the stock market are overdone in regards to trade fears. All right, so signs of a little bit of jawboning the market up, and at least we know the pain point from the from Trump's point of view as to where they're going to start to come out and try and support the market. We've just about reached it. And so further comments if the market drops lower is very likely, and this could lead to the easing of these tensions which have been driving this. From the China side, we haven't seen too much in the way of changing their tone and rhetoric in regards to these trade tariffs, but perhaps the negotiations are continuing in the background. And given the size of the moves in the last 2 weeks from the US stocks, so this is around about 1,000 points down on the Dow. The potential for the market to recover some of those lost gains, if we start to hear more of these supportive comments, is very real. And you're starting to see that come through a little bit here with the Euro Yen and Pound Yen being quite supported and risk on, and the Aussie dollar is also finding a little bit of support on this general news in particular. Now, you're seeing a little two-way action though when it comes to the dollar yen. You saw the initial pop higher on the news, but haven't been able to hold those gains, so a little bit less supportive there from the dollar yen. It might take a little bit more to help that dollar yen find a base now that the US dollar itself has turned a little. And if you're looking at the US dollar, always check out the dollar index for a little bit more of a bigger view of what's happening here. And you can see that the news is not exactly dollar positive, as risk is come back onto the market, and the US dollar is a safe haven, doesn't gain a bid apart from against the yen in that regame. So look, the short-term top of the dollar index at this 95 level is pretty clear. Now we're pulling back, trying to find support. We're still in an uptrend, but there is room here for the pullback to continue, and really that would drive the euro and the pound higher as well in that current market. Now this is the last week of the month, so data wise we don't have too much coming out. A lot of data next week of course, but we still got a couple of big events coming, which is the RBNZ on Thursday morning, and if you're talking about Fed speak and central banker speak, we do have two UK speakers tonight, so two Bank of England speakers, and then tomorrow Carney and the financial stability report. So there is a little bit from the UK side of things, and then you do have a couple of Fed members throughout the week as well. But from the point of view of major data, the only RBNZ really is what you need to keep an eye on. And Eurozone CPI flash estimates are coming out on Friday, so the last day of the month. There's a couple of bits of June data there ready to be released as well. And so from a trading point of view, you want to keep an eye on stock markets. You can see the reaction. If stocks in general are heading higher, you will see the risk on attitude. And so if you don't keep abreast of the trade wars, or if you do and you just want to see if the market's reacting one way or the other, keeping an eye on the day-to-day movements, especially in the US session of the US stocks, gives you a good indication of how they're feeling, and that can set the mood for a lot of the pairs that have that risk-sensitive element to it, like the Australian dollar. If we see a rally here in the US stocks tonight, very likely that we come in tomorrow and the Aussie dollar will be higher. Alright guys, if you want to have a deeper chat about some of the crosses that are in play outside this US dollar, give us a call on the numbers below. And if you're not a member of the Easymarkets dealing room and you do want to have a dealer assist you with your trading on a day-to-day basis, please come through on the link below, sign up, and someone like myself will be there to assist you.